Hey trainers, he likes to go here. Hope y'all having a great day or night. Today we're going to be doing some Ultra League battles on my girlfriend's account. I went 21-4 on the complete set, and I'm going to be showcasing 3 sets, 15 battles of 14-1, exactly how they went. She's the one who makes all these thumbnails and graphics for me that you're going to see and that you see in every one of my videos. I appreciate you, I love you. And I was in her account and I happened to find a shiny Dratini that was a rank 1, and I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to build that and use that alongside Hundo Drapion as a safe swap, and purified Hundo Ursaring with Swift in return as the closer. I was super surprised by this team that I just completely threw together and just went on a 21-4. I know there was early battles, but it just surprised me, the versatility of the whole team and what you could do, and the ability of Ursaring with the stab boost in return. So we're going to hop into these battles here. Man, we had Kyogre in the lead. He safe swap into a Porygon. I go ahead and no shield up these tri attacks coming through. He ended up dropping my attack and my defense, but I let the Drapion go down. We're up 2 shields. He's down 2 shields. We come back in with the Dragonite. Dragon Claw down, and we have a Moltres in the back. We come in with the Big Bear, and he's going to be met with a boom return, dude. Get him out of here. Next opponent. Oh, we still have a Kyogre in the background. He just gets swifted, Shadow Clawed and swifted down. As you can see already, the power of this team off the first battle. Next opponent, we have Gyarados on the lead. We're going to farm up to the Dragon Tail and then bank the energy for later. Swap into a Drapion. Drapion's going to be met with a Twister. Twister did about 15% damage. Would have did probably a little around the same, maybe 30% damage to Dragonite because of the super effective damage, but it's still a weak move. I'm not sure who runs a Twister on Gyarados besides this guy, so we're going to crunch this thing, get him out of there. In comes a Golem. I safe swap into my Ursaring, and then he brings out the Sylveon, and I believe this is my only loss of the sets. Here I actually learned that I should have baited with Swift and then through the return. I might do that later on, but I end up still not learning from my mistake, but that's okay. We have the Dragonite coming back in. I superpower to get him out of there, to try to let him get as little amount of farm as possible. I still have 2 shields, but it's just not going to be enough. I misplayed it this match, and that's a GG. Well played to the opponent. Nextly, we have Swampert. Swampert is going to stay in for some reason. I would bail immediately because this is an L for him, unless he had like Sludge Wave maybe. But that's gonna draw out a Mewtwo. I stay in, I throw a Dragon Claw, just chip at this Mewtwo real quick, and then I bank some energy and catch a Side Strike onto my Drapion. Drapion's going to eat that move for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I'm gonna Aqua Tail that thing. Maybe if I built up a little bit more, I could have threatened to shield with a Crunch, but he knew it was just an Aqua Tail, so he let it go through. But I also knew I was gonna be able to Poison Sting this thing down. Let's see who he comes in with. It's going to be a Kabutops. I didn't really know what it was. I kind of blind fired that move, but I ended up throwing an Aqua Tail, throwing a Crunch, almost knocking that thing out, still with the Drapion, and then I come in with the Shadow Ursaring, Purified Ursaring. And Ursaring's going to be met with a Swampert. Swampert's going to throw that Hydro Cannon on me, but it's going to force both of his shields with 2 of these Swifts. It's not going to KO, but it's going to do some decent damage because of that stab boost, man. It does a little bit more than a regular Swift would on a non-normal type Pokemon. Anyway, we have both shields. We come in with the Drapion, let him go down. We just Dragon Claw this thing. And I Dragon Tail that thing, and see you later. Next opponent's going to be a Flygon. Flygon's going to have Mud Shots, so he is not going to win that matchup against my Dragonite. So he comes in with the Armored Mewtwo, which is awesome. I throw a Dragon Claw. Should be right on time there. And end up coming in with my Drapion as a safe switch. You're going to see that a lot through these battles. I crunched that Mewtwo, and he ate that pretty decently, because he's the armored one. He's going to throw back-to-back Side Strikes against me here, doing minimal damage. And I almost Poison Sting that thing out of there, but he ended up coming back in with the Flygon and banking some energy for some reason. And I'm going to let the Drapion go down with the Scorching Sands, come in with the Dragonite, farm that thing down, and actually come in with the Ursaring for 1 Shadow Claw. And what's he got in the back? It's going to be a Leavanny. Leavanny's going to throw a Leaf Blade. I'm going to shield this up here. Even though I probably could have just saved 2 shields for Dragonite, but he comes back in with the Mewtwo, catching a move. That's perfectly fine. And now I build up. Again, I didn't bait. I should have, and I would have been able to knock him out with the return right there, but it's quite alright. We're going to let the bear go down. Plenty of energy loaded with the Dragonite in the back, and that's going to be a GG. Next opponent, It's going to be Venusaur. Venusaur is also just as bad as Swampert. Well, maybe not because he has Sludge Bomb, but I'm going to throw the Dragon Claw, do a little chip damage at that thing. He ends up letting it go. And I'm also going to let it go. I would have at least Sludge Bombed if I was him, and that's he just ends up top lefting. GG. Another Swampert lead. It's making his way back into the Ultra League, I guess, even though Mudshot just got nerfed. He's going to Hydro Cannon me. I'm going to just keep farming up here. Farm a Dragonite. Gonna throw a Dragon Claw. Probably not get the shield because he knows I won't KO. Gonna let that go through. Let another Hydro Cannon go through. And we're gonna be farming this Swampert down. Most likely not. Actually, I end up shielding because I do have this energy. Dragonite up energy is very useful. In comes a Walrein. Walrein's gonna catch this superpower and I get knocked out. It's a Shadow one as well. So we come in with the Drapion, and we're gonna do some decent damage with this Crunch. Hopefully he lets it go through. He does let it go through. He doesn't catch the debuff, but that's okay. He just might have lagged the turn right there, or just stopped playing, or like I don't know what happened, but I ended up crunching that thing, dropping the defense, coming with the Ursaring, Shadow Claw down, and he's got a Talonflame in the back, and he's going to be met with a heavy hitting return if he doesn't want to shield right here. He did, and I still didn't learn that I need to bait with the Swift. I don't think I do at all these whole sets, but next time I play this team, I definitely will do that more. Anyway, we come back in with the Drapion. Drapion is going to farm up a couple Aqua Tails and just knock that bird right out the sky, and it's going to be a good game to the opponent. Next lead is going to be a Gardevoir. Gardevoir, we're going to have to do one Dragon Claw and bail into the Ursaring. I might have probably went into the Drapion, but I want to save that just in case there's something else in the back. We end up being able to pull both shields from two Swifts right here, and now look at that, up 2 shields, he's down 2 shields. Now I come in with the Drapion for a huge farm down, huge Poison Sting farm down, and that's going to be extremely useful for the incoming Pokemon, whoever that is going to be, which is a Necrozma, and we're going to have like 2 and 2.25 crunches loaded. Now I'm just going to Aqua Tail that thing since the crunch already did most of the work. Still have energy loaded for whatever's coming in. It's going to be a Giratina. Giratina is going to catch this crunch from my Drapion, and I might make a second. I do make a second before I go down, which is awesome. And then I still have the Dragonite loaded, and then I actually let this go through here because I want to Dragon Breath down, and that's a GG. Well played. Next opponent is going to be Snorlax. Snorlax, we're going to just farm up to the superpower and throw that. I probably could have baited with the Dragon Claw if I wanted to stay in, but I wanted to throw the heavier hitting mood in case he decided to call the bait, and then I knew I was going to bail out of there. Anyway, we go into our Ursaring. Ursaring is going to draw out a Swampert, and let's see if he blocks this one because I want to see the damage. Boom! Look at that damage, guys, man. Huge. One shot, almost one shot the Swampert, and then in comes a Obstagoon. Obstagoon is on Lick, so it's actually not affecting my Ursaring at all. Neither are my Shadow Claws though as well. So that time he decided to shield. I banked a little bit of energy for later. Coming with the Drapion. Drapion's going to be met with an Obstruct. Obstruct is going to drop my defense and raise his, but whatever. Doesn't matter. It's his last Pokemon, or he has one Pokemon left, but Obstagoon is pretty much his only hope at this point. We're going to throw a couple Aqua Tails, and now that is debuffed, so it's not hurting as much because his defense is raised. He throws a cross chop. I'm going to be able to make another Aqua Tail. Just throwing back to back to back here, staying in with the Drapion, keeping switch advantage, keeping 2 shields. Really not much he can do here. He's going to just keep throwing obstructs, and then we come with the Dragonite. Dragon Breath that thing down, and then he throws a Hyper Beam, man. I wasn't expecting that. Usually it's like Earthquake or Body Slam Earthquake Superpower, but he ended up having a Hyper Beam, knocked my Dragonite out, but that's perfectly fine. We have the Drapion coming back in, throwing a couple moves. We get the Crunch, we'll get the KO, and that's a GG to the opponent. Next opponent's going to be Salamence. This is a Battle of the Dragons right here. He's going to come in with a Samurott. He catches a Dragon Claw and a Samurott. I'm not sure why, but he shields it up. I ended up staying in and banking a little bit of energy for later. Just about have one Dragon Claw banked. I come with the Drapion. Drapion's met with a Hydro Cannon. I'm going to fire back with a Crunch. Either getting that shield or doing some big damage. And he ended up dropping his defense and Poison Stinging down because of that defense drop, which was awesome. He's going to come in with the Venusaur, and we're taking neutral damage from those Vine Whips because of the poison type that I am, and we're able to fire off a Crunch here, and then still have switch advantage, coming with the Dragonite, still have 2 shields, and then we almost knocked that Venusaur out, and we do knock the Venusaur out, and what's going to be in the back is that Salamence, and he top lefts. GG's. Next opponent's going to be Tyranitar, man. And he's on Bite Tyranitar, so it's not going to hurt me as much as obviously as the Rock Throw would. So we're going to stay in now. I could have superpowered, man. It was risky not shielding that because I would have one-shot him if I superpowered. But anyway, I come with the Drapion. He's unable to fire off any energy because of that Bite move is so slow to charge. I would never recommend that. Comes in with the Drapion. Drapion's met with a Crunch. Super effective Crunch. And then he's going to throw a Dragon Claw here. Still no shielding, and he just top lefts because he just realizes it's over. Next opponent's going to be Sceptile. This is also going to be a GG pretty much right off the rip. But he does have, he might have Dragon Claw, so that would tickle a little bit. So what I'm going to do is just decide to take a shield, come in with the Drapion. Same play as every game pretty much, and then he throws his energy there. Comes in with the Blaziken. Blaziken's going to be met with a Aqua Tail. Aqua Tail is going to get shielded. And he's going to get met with another Aqua Tail before he can even make a move. Now we still have both shields. At this point, I do let the Drapion go down. He's done his job and then some. Coming with the Dragonite, and then actually coming with the Ursaring, and save a little bit of energy for later. That draws out a Waterfall Gyarados. Gyarados is going to get hit with that boom return right here, man. Huge damage. Knock that Gyarados out. Comes back in with the Sceptile. At this point, I still have two shields. Let the bear go down, and then I come with the Dragonite, and then I might shield this one up. I might even just get disrespectful here, man, because I knew it could eat a non-stab Dragon Claw, and then the Sceptile goes down. GG's to the opponents. Hope you guys are enjoying the battle, man. If you are, please drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe. Next opponent's going to be Amstar, man. Amstar is not really gonna do much. He's gonna throw a Rock Blast, I believe, here onto my incoming Drapion that he thought was gonna hit with Dragonite, but I ended up coming in with Drapion, catching that move, throwing a Crunch. Crunch does get shielded up, and at this point, let's see what I decide to do. I'll let the Drapion go down. Actually, the Rock Blast didn't even take a knock, so at this point I do have some energy, but I still let him throw all of his energy. Drapion just a big sponge. Not only defensively, but attack is awesome as well. Anyway, we farm this Amstar down. It's going to be coming in with a Swampert. We have a fully loaded. Here I made a misplay in Superpowered first. I probably should have Dragon Clawed first and then Superpowered, right? Because now I'm debuffed, but that's okay. Almost take that Swampert out. Coming with the Ursaring for a couple Shadow Claws down. Ursaring is going to be met with a Obstagoon, and I throw off that return, which does huge damage. And right here, I am forced to shield up, I believe, yeah, because I'm very low on the Dragonite. We're able to make a Swift and knock that thing out, and that's a GG to the opponent. Alright, super fun team. I'm definitely going to play this again. Here comes Flygon, and another Flygon is on Mud Shot, so he's not doing anything to my Dragonite, so he decides to come in with the Tapu Bulu, and I decided to come in with the Drapion and catch a Nature's Madness. I'll no shield up the first one because it is neutral damage, and the first one always does more than the second. The second always does more than the first, excuse me. So now I'm double defense dropped, and he has forced both of my shields, but I actually am taking switch advantage, and we're perfectly fine with that because now we come in. Flygon comes in against my Drapion. Drapion's going to throw the Crunch, get the debuff. Critical debuff right there, man, and then we end up coming in with the Dragon because he's so weak now. I know come with the Dragonite and knock that thing out, and he had Entei in the back, so that was a GG. Next opponent's going to be Swampert. Swampert is going to stay in again. I'm not sure why. Maybe they don't have an answer to Dragonite, or they just don't want to lose that lead. He's going to throw an Earthquake, threw all of his energy at me. He might even be able to make a Hydro Cannon right here. That's perfectly fine. Dragonite will take that, come out with a lot of energy, and then in comes a Giratina who decided to swap for some reason and let the switch go. When he had like 1 HP on that Swampert left, I wouldn't have done that. But everyone plays differently, right? So I let my Dragonite go down to keep alignment. Of course, I come with my Drapion now. Oh, I come with the bear, actually. The bear's going to Shadow Claw this thing, and no shield, disrespect the Giratina as well. Shadow Claw this gear up, down, and then what's going to be next is going to be a Muck coming in, and now I believe I throw a return. I do, because he knew that would have done huge damage, but that's okay. I'm going to bank a little bit of energy for later. Coming with the Drapion. Drapion's going to throw an Aqua Tail. And whatever Muck decides to throw will also be resisted, so I'm going to no shield right here. And he threw a Gunk Shot, man. That would have been big damage to any other Pokemon probably besides Drapion, right? So we just Poison Sting that Swampert down. We still had that Pokemon loaded in the back, and that's a GG. I believe this is the last battle right here. I was like, what the heck is that? It's a shiny Shadow Executor. And he catches my Dragon Claw into a Walrein. That was actually a pretty cool play. He knew it was going to be Superpower, and then He would save a little bit of energy for later and then come in with that wall ring. But I depth draws out my Drapion, of course. Right here, I no shield because I know I shield up. I thought it was going to be an earthquake. It probably still wouldn't have knocked out, but I shielded up just to be safe. So now I believe this is another Icicle Sphere. He tries to get my shield. He tries to bait me right there. I didn't fall for that one. So I'm able to make a crunch on this Walrus. Knock that Walrus out. See what he decides to come back in with. It's going to be Venusaur. Venusaur is going to be met with a crunch. Of course, hopefully getting that debuff. That would be awesome. We don't get the debuff, but we probably could have threw the Aqua Tail too. But I just let the Drapion go down. Coming with the Dragonite. Dragonite's going to no-shield this. Frenzy Plan, I'm not sure why. Could have just threw a Sludge Bomb and knocked me out. But I come with the Big Bear. We end up Shadow Clawing that Venusaur down and then throwing a return on the incoming eggs. And that's a GG to the opponent. Thank you guys so much for watching. Shout out to my girlfriend for the awesome Pokemon that she has and for being the amazing human that she is and being my rock and support system through life. If you guys like the video, drop a comment down below, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. It helps out a lot and I would greatly appreciate it. And I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, and I'll see you in the next one.